Namaste. Welcome to this presentation on the Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya. Many people don't know or are unsure of what is a sampradaya or parampara system. They've heard about guru-disciple relationships, but they don't generally know about the authentic preceptorial lineages, the various Vaishnava sampradayas, and the importance of being initiated into one of those traditions. Sampradaya literally means one after another and is found in the 4th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. There, Krishna says that he originally taught the Bhagavad Gita to the sun god Vivaswan, who taught it in turn to Manu. Then Krishna says this knowledge was passed down one after another in parampara, and the saintly kings understood it in that manner. Parampara preserves spiritual knowledge, truth, through successive links in a chain that carries on over the years. However, Krishna describes in the Bhagavad Gita, in the 4th chapter, that if a disciplic succession is broken and the knowledge is consequently lost, he himself descends to re-establish it. The original source of all Vedic knowledge is the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. From him, the Vedic knowledge has been passed on through the lines of pure devotees who carefully carried this message without diluting or adulterating its essence. The authorized chain of spiritual master and disciple who transfer this transcendental knowledge while meticulously maintaining its purity and import is known as Guru Parampara. There are 4 authorized Vaishnava Sampradayas or lines of spirituality as enjoined in the Vedic scriptures. These 4 Sampradayas originated from the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. He imparted the divine knowledge to his 4 significant devotees, Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, Goddess Lakshmi, and the 4 Kumaras. They disseminated the received knowledge to their disciples, and in this way the paramparas continued. Ultimately, these 4 sampradayas are non-different from one another because they believe and worship the Supreme Lord. Furthermore, each of these 4 sampradayas are likened to a tree with many branches. All the branches on each tree does not deviate from the original trunk of the tree. As Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada explained, just like a tree has many branches, and you will find one leaf here and another leaf there, but if you take this leaf and the other leaf and you press them both, you will see that the taste is the same. The taste is the conclusion, and from the taste you can understand that both leaves are from the same tree. Before we begin examining the Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya, sometimes people ask, why isn't Arjuna noted in the Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya? Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada explained, Arjuna was a disciple of Krishna, and Brahma was also a disciple of Krishna. Thus, there is no disagreement between the conclusions of Brahma and Arjuna. Vyasadeva is in the disciplic succession of Brahma. The teachings to Arjuna was recorded by Vyasadeva verbatim. So according to the axiomatic truth, things equal to one another are equal to each other. We are not exactly directly from Vyasadeva, but our Gurudev is a representative of Vyasadeva. Because Vyasadeva and Arjuna are of equal status, being students of Krishna, therefore we are in the disciplic succession of Arjuna. Things equal to the same thing are equal to one another. Now we will look a little closely at the Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya, which began with Sri Krishna countless thousands of years ago, speaking to Brahma, who spoke to Narada Muni, who spoke to Vyasadeva. This was the Brahma Sampradaya. We fast forward now. In the 13th century, Madhva Acharya travelled the length and breadth of India, preaching devotion to Lord Krishna and defeating innumerable Jains, Buddhists, Mayavadis and atheists. He wrote a commentary on the Bhagavad Gita and walked up the Himalayas, where he presented it to Vyasadeva, who accepted the commentary and blessed him with deeper realizations of the Shastras. The disciplic succession now became known as the Brahma Madhva Sampradaya. The line of spiritual masters continued, and in the 14th century, Madhavendra Puri appeared. He introduced devotion to Radha Krishna into the Sampradaya. This signalled the coming arrival of Lord Chaitanya in the 15th century. Ishvara Puri was the disciple of Madhavendra Puri, and indeed he served him faithfully. It is described in the Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi 9:11. At the last stage of his life, Sri Madhavendra Puri became an invalid and was completely unable to move. And Ishvara Puri so completely engaged himself in his service that he personally cleaned up his stool and urine. Always chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra and reminding Sri Madhavendra Puri about the pastimes of Lord Krishna, Ishvara Puri pleased his spiritual master by service. And by the blessings of his spiritual master, he became such a great personality that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepted him as his spiritual master. Lord Chaitanya travelled to Gaya when he was 16, and there he begged Ishvara Puri for initiation. Lord Chaitanya was the perfect disciple and served his spiritual master lovingly. He personally cooked and served food to Ishvara Puri, made flower garlands and placed them on Ishvara Puri's neck, and washed his feet. Ishvara Puri left this world before Lord Chaitanya took sannyas in his 24th year. Lord Chaitanya appeared in Bengal, which is called Gudadesa, and so the disciplic succession was now known as Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya. Next, we look at the great devotee Visvanath Chakravarti Thakur, who has been described by Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Visvanath Chakravarti Thakur was the protector, guardian, and acharya during the middle period, 1600 to 1700, of the historical development of Gaudiya Vaishnavism. He wrote over 40 Sanskrit books on the science of pure devotion to Radha Krishna. His disciple was Baladev Vidyabhusan, who wrote a commentary on the Vedanta philosophy. In a dream, Baladev was instructed by Krishna, "I will dictate to you what to write. You just write, and therefore no one will be able to refuse to accept it. Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada dedicates in the front of his Bhagavad Gita as it is to Srila Baladev Vidyabhusan, who presented so nicely the Govinda Bhashya commentary on Vedanta philosophy. One of Baladev Vidyabhusan's initiated disciples was Uddavadas Babaji. Uddavadas Babaji's initiated disciple was Madhusudan Das Babaji. Jagannath Das Babaji accepted initiation from Madhusudan Das Babaji, and thus the Sampradaya continued through Jagannath Das Babaji, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Gaura Das Babaji, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, and Jagat Guru Siddha Swarupananda Paramahamsa. As it would take many months of insightful descriptions, only a few of the transcendental personalities in this Sampradaya have been cited. Namaste.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,